Hi muckers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's currently like 4 a.m. so I'm whispering because like everyone's sleeping obviously, and I'm just in the hotel and I kind of want to talk, so that's what I'm gonna do. I slept from like 4 p.m. until like 1 a.m. so a very good sleep. I did a lot the morning of yesterday, so I was very tired. Whoa, that was my phone that just fell down, sorry. I had the flash on. Do I even need it? I don't know. It's 4:54 a.m. so anyway, sorry for this lighting. I had a really good sleep, and on this kind of trip away, I've been allowing myself to sleep. Normally whenever I go on holiday somewhere, I have this very weird, unrealistic expectation for myself, and I like push myself to do a lot because I'm like, I'm here, you know, I gotta make the most of it. But this time I'm like, I'm here alone, so like if I want to sleep I can sleep, and I think there's a plane above me, and it's so different like when I travel these days because of the animals. And a lot of people were asking about the animals, and they were like, where are the dogs, where are the cats? Everyone's getting looked after, don't worry, everyone's getting looked after. And I've been getting updates about the dogs every day. I'll show you. So there is the most lovely woman that looks after all of them, and she's been sending me these updates, and so she just sent me another one. Let me turn my brightness down, of the girls playing today, so you can see them just like lying out playing, and it's always just super nice to get those updates because like I'm here, you know, having a little bit of a break, and they're getting looked after and they're having a great time as well. They've been with that woman in particular quite a few times now, so they really like her. But I really wanted to talk about where I've been at recently, and I've not been doing the best. And the reason I haven't been doing the best is because I struggle with balance, very much so. Like, sorry for this weird lighting, by the way, I really apologize. I am someone who struggles with balance a lot, and over the past year and a half, we have been basically like living inside, you know, not really able to have opportunities, not be able to do things, and selfishly, as like an 18-year-old, you know, basically all of like my year of being 18, I didn't get to like party, I didn't get to like go to clubs, I didn't get to anything, so I devoted all of that time to college, to working, and it really paid off for me. And I got into this unhealthy workload that was so mentally ingrained in me because I was able to do it every day because of the pandemic, where you didn't have anything else to do, so you were able to do all of this. And so recently, whenever the UK at least have been, you know, opening things up and there's opportunities, I'm really struggling with balance because I have such a unhealthy relationship now with doing daily tasks because of the pandemic, and I really want to know if anyone feels the same with this. So things started unraveling for me like a month ago, a few weeks ago, because I finally, you know, clubs are opened up, nightclubs are opened up, bars are opened up, and I'm finally getting to experience that. I've never got to experience that before. I'm able to use my real ID, you know, I'm 18, I can drink, I can go out, I can whatever. And especially a month ago, I was like not uploading on YouTube. I was barely updating on social media. And if you want to know the truth, I was going out clubbing every single night. And I felt that I needed to go out every single night because I've missed out on a year of that. And I got so excited with being able to finally go out clubbing that that's all I wanted to do. And it kind of stopped like 3 weeks ago or something like that, where I kind of was like, alright, you know what I mean? Because I got very sick. And I didn't get sick COVID, I didn't get sick whatever, I just got really sick. Because I was not eating a lot of food. I was literally waking up, going for drinks with my friends, going to a nightclub, staying up until 6 a.m., getting a McDonald's, this was literally what I was doing day in, day out. Going to bed at 8 a.m., waking up, and going on walks with the dogs, going for drinks with friends, rotation, and I was doing it every single night, and I was having the best time ever. I was having a great time, and I can look back and say that was a great time. However, because I struggle so much with balance, I'm now given this opportunity that you can go out clubbing again, you can do things that you thought you would be doing during your teenage years. But whenever I'm presented with that, I get so obsessed with, oh my god, I can do this, that I neglected everything else in my life. I became the most unproductive person ever, and also like not even that good of a person. Like, I was so much so turning away from like how I act every single day, because I was just waiting for going out. I was waiting for the loud music, I was waiting for the dancing, I was waiting for the conversations with strangers, I was waiting for this, and that is the student life that I am very much so aware of with all of my friends from Brighton and like London. But because I'm not a student, and because it's not like that back in Derry, it was a big culture shock for me, and it was so exciting, so I really dived into it. But I kind of jumped full force into something that I had never done before, and because it was so exciting, again, that was all I did. And it really left me in such a slump, such a bad place. Just mentally I felt so clouded, and I felt like I'm doing the same thing every day. And like, is this all I'm doing every day? Like, I'm wasting I'm sleeping through the day to just go out at night. And now, don't get me wrong, my full purpose in making this video is saying that like, I came to this realization and it's going to affect how I move moving forward. You know, moderation is what I need to learn. Moderation is what I'm gonna like practice moving forward, because I've had like a sickener with it. And so I think I just got very carried away. So mentally I felt very clouded, like I said, because I felt just like I was repetitive, and like I was so far into being so obsessed with clubbing that I was like, I'm so far, like I was like, I'm so behind on posting YouTube videos, I'm so far behind on my emails, I'm so far behind, I haven't messaged back my friends like from days ago. Like, I have plans coming up and I'm like, oh, I won't go to them. And I was literally in that because I was so excited to finally experience nightlife. And I love nightlife, and there's nothing like it. But I just felt the need that I had to do it every single night. And that led to me, again, neglecting basically everything in my life. And physically sick. Again. Not COVID, not like anything like that. I was so worn down that like 2 weeks ago, I was just being sick all the time. And this was after I like stopped like going out every night. And I was like, wow, like I was someone who always listened to my body. I was someone who was like, oh, I'm pushing myself a bit too much, I'm, you know, doing a bit too much here, and I'm like, and I'm now sitting here, I feel like my stomach is woozy, like I'm sitting just like rocking back and forth, and I'm like, what was all that for? Like, I had a great time, but I didn't need to do that every night. And so then it took me like a good few weeks to properly reevaluate and be like, that was too much. That was too much. I got too excited. I jumped into it, and I need a break. And I've been doing that, and I felt so much better ever since. I think as well, hold on, I have my orange juice somewhere. By the way, I literally squeezed this with a machine in town yesterday, and it was so cool. Let me just shake this. Just need a drink first. I wonder if it's still good because it's been sitting in the hotel while I was sleeping. It's still good. So what I want to say is, I'm someone who always loves being around people. I very much so love it. It fills me with such a sense of like thrill, feeding off of other people's energies, and just, I love people. I love people. And so going out and like going to parties and going to this, I was fulfilling that. I was meeting all of these people. Sorry by the way if this is out of focus, just know that like there's no light right now. I'll try to get closer. There we go. I just was feeding off people's energies. I was meeting all of these new people, especially moving to a new place like Brighton. I was finally being introduced to people. I finally made a friend group. And whenever I took myself out of that, I kind of just sat back and was like, I made such progress with myself that I struggled with being by myself, and I struggled with, you know, doing things by myself, feeling comfortable doing that, and I feel like I set myself way back. Like, I feel like I made myself go from being so independent to being overly reliant on, is someone gonna go out with me tonight? Is someone like gonna come to the club? Is like, and so with the like couple weeks now it's been since the last time I went out, I mean, I've been reverting back to like my more simplistic living, and it just feels so much better. Like, I don't mean for this to be so dramatic. I just want to have a conversation and see if anyone can relate, maybe like feel something, like tell me their opinions. But like, I needed to like reset, and I feel like I have. It was just a lot, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm saying this, and I'm saying this knowing that like my friends are having a party in 2 weeks, or like I'm going home in like 3 weeks, and I'm going to my friend's birthday parties. Like, I'm saying this as in like, I know that I am going to be going to parties, I know that I'm going to be going to nightclubs, but I'm like, I made myself sick of it. And also, you do not need to go out every single night of the week. You do not need to feel pressure that you missed out on a year of it, so you have to do it every single day. Or you can go out once and then go back to like working, and go back to like doing stuff by yourself, go back to like going to cafes the next day. Like, you can do both. And I think I've really made progress, especially within the past 2 weeks, mentally, of understanding that balance is possible, and that it's something that I personally feel that I need to implement into my life, and I think that that's what I'm gonna do moving forward. So it's interesting because I want to know, like, where you're at, like what your state of living is, because if I'm honest, like, all I want to do is be with my babies, like be with my dogs and my cats, see people occasionally, and see new things. Like, that's literally what I want to do. And it's like, I need to learn that you can do all of that, but you just need to, like, in moderation, balance, looking out for yourself, because I wasn't looking out for myself. And like, people were tweeting me and they were like, oh, we haven't got a new video in you know, quite some time. And I say that, like, now, not in a way of like guilt tripping or anything. I'm saying that in a way of like, those tweets were the ones that like made me feel so bad, that made me go to the realization of being like, Adam, you've got to snap yourself back into it. You've got to like balance. Because I was getting tweets from people being like, you haven't uploaded in like 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, like this is happening right now on Twitter, and like you haven't posted about it. And I would get those tweets and I would be at like a party, I would be at the nightclub, and I'd see these tweets and I would be like I want to go back and film, I want to go back and work, but I just feel like I'm missing out on something if I don't. You know what I mean? And so, this sounds so stupid, but when I was coming here, on the travel journey here, I was obviously still journaling and thinking to myself and, you know, diving deeper into this, like, mentally. And I was just saying, like, a reset is needed for me to like grow as well. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this happening to me is something that is going to make me very much so grow mentally. But I was like, oh, like, I hope something happens in Paris that's like, you know, maybe I see something, maybe a touristy thing, maybe going to a cafe, you know, like, re-inspires me. Because I feel like we've all, whether we want to admit it or not, we've all been living a pretty stagnant life for probably since February of 2020. And as stupid as you may think I sound right now, and again, I don't care how stupid I come across right now, because I literally FaceTimed my mother and told her this, meeting Emma Chamberlain has just weirdly re-inspired me. Because whenever I would make vlog content on YouTube, literally I'm gonna cry, because like, years and years ago, I like quit YouTube because like things were just getting too much. Like, the school I was at, like, people didn't like it, and it was just a lot, right? And I find Emma Chamberlain's videos and her whole style of vlogs and her whole style of being really resonated with me and really inspired something within me. And I made my own style of vlogs that like she was making, but like in Derry and stuff like that. And then obviously, you know, I switched my content and I do all that stuff kind of here now. And just meeting her was like such a full circle moment, and like in the exact time that I needed it to happen. So anyway, I won't dive into that too much more, because like I understand how like bizarre that sounds. Is that a cloud? Yeah, it is. Look at the clouds. It's so beautiful. So I just wanted to come on here and have that little conversation about balance, and maybe something within that you will identify with, maybe not, and we can talk about it below. I'd appreciate any comments, and yeah, I hope this gives a wider understanding of that I was quiet towards the end of last month. And yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for sitting out here and talking with me. It is now 5:14 in the morning. I took this picture of the moon, by the way, on my iPhone. I love it. And yeah, thanks, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.